Hey guys, Loman02, currently playing, getting ready to play 100 card singleton. I want to do a quick rundown of the deck. As you can see, it's called the 100 card singleton hermit. It's really not a hermit deck. It started off as a hermit deck, then kind of morphed into a pattern rector deck with Protean Hulk, and then just I was trying to build both a living death deck with hermit, and then Protean Hulk deck that worked off the rector combo and had a bunch of sack outlets. But I felt like I had too many dead cards. So I'm kind of running something similar to what you've seen this once before. I played Abzan Midrange before. This deck is different. I like to think it was developed along parallel lines. I started making a combo based deck and then just realized just playing this as midrange is probably just better because all the cards just do something. None of them are just dead in and of themselves. So it is a base green deck that interestingly has no birthing pod or natural order. When this deck began, it was a Primeval Titan deck, and at one point a Hulk deck. But I ended up cutting both those, and also cutting the pod as well as the natural order because they're very powerful cards, but they're also investment cards. And we don't have a ton of ETB creatures. I mean, we have the ones that are efficient and also beat face. So the deck is actually very aggressive, and the intent behind it is to, just aggressively maneuver on the opponent and disrupt them, and just kill them, by turn 4 or 5. Um, very, very aggressive, and it accrues its value, its card advantage, in some ways through Bob, but I mean mostly Dark Confidant here, but mostly through Planeswalkers in the 3, 4, and 1, 5 spot. And then it has the most efficient creatures that have some decent ETB. Some of them do. Another thing I was looking at doing with this is turning it into a Dark Depths deck, which I did a while back with Rector involving the Titan. Running a crop rotation, Sylvan Scrying was also an option. Knight of the Reliquary, which is still in here because it's just a great card. But I cut that as well. So this is not a very cute deck. It just does what it does very well. Which is beat down and disrupt as much as possible. So as you look at the board, we have a Thrun on our high end for basically the control matchup, Reclamation Sage in any matchups where we think we're going to want to hit additional enchantments or artifacts, Choke for the control matchup, Sin Collector control, Toxic Deluge for the White Weenie or the aggro matchup, but generally White Weenie, not red deck wins, Castigate against control, Golgari Charm against control or actually red deck wins. It's actually very good because it knocks out an enchantment. Sylvan Library Control. Collective Brutality, actually, it's multimodal, so this is either burn, or red deck wins, or control. Containment Priest, obvious, Reanimator. Unearth, kind of like the attritional mid-rangey matchups. I think I want this card in there. Dark Blast, White Weenie again. Deathmark, Green Base, X-Dex, or White Weenie. Dreaded Knight, White Weenie, pretty obvious. We take out some pretty obvious cards when this comes in, like Lingering Souls. And then Duress, just control. So I think we're pretty well set up to face aggro matchups. I think we're pretty well set up to fight out the mid-range game as long as we play well. I think our worst matchups are going to be generally the control decks or control combo decks. So we want the discard and the disruption to really kind of get in their way. That's kind of how we boarded. And then Thrun, I just love the card. I don't think it's probably the best card to have in board. But I like it well enough that I'm going to put it in the board because I want to play it. So that's that. We're going to be getting started here in about 2 minutes, guys. So I'm going to go on a quick pause, and we'll be back momentarily. All right, guys, we're live. We're waiting for Sensei Rob to join our game, so we're going to watch, I believe, Planeswalkers versus whatever Michelle Wong is on today. This should be White Weenie on 4-color Blood. Total Hate's on 5-color Nonsense. Sugar Daddy's likely on 5-color Nonsense, too. Yeah, they're probably both fine decks. I just call them 5-color Nonsense because they're like 5-color crazy combo decks. All right, so what are we going to see here? White Weenie? No, okay. All right. You don't often see Flagstones of Troy here in non-White Weenie. You see them in decks. You see that card in decks where Geddon is a card that's played. All right, Plateau. Yeah, like I said, he's on like 5-color Planeswalkers, which kind of equates to 5-color Nonsense as well. Let's see what these two are up to. 4-color Blood. Maybe I should check it out just to make sure he's not on Grixis. Dots tends to play 4-color Blood, though. It's the best deck in the format, although folks doubt it. Oh. Okie doke. So Selesnya of some sort. It'll really depend on what land she gets here. She could be on the Enchantress deck again. Okay, our match has started, so I'm going to close all of these down and play our game out. Depending on what he's on, our deck will tend. So, mobile powers giving out fatal push to players. This is a mull. It's unfortunate too. Um, well, this is the one we're going to keep. Gideon on top is actually great because this hand doesn't really do anything. Well, I mean, it casts an offensive, but I assume that's not going to get past. So you're going to crush. I don't really play in a lot of formal events though. I'm really kind of a casual player. We're just going to get and hope this lives. But he's on Greenland. Is he on mono green? We shall see here. I don't normally Sensei plays 3 to 4 color decks. So to see a forest out of him is actually very interesting. We're just gonna get Bayou like we said, and we'll play our birds out. Birdie birds in the house. Next turn, and Anafenza if we don't get disrupted in some way, shape, or form. And then Gideon. Okay, well, is this a abrupt decay? Yep. Okay, well, that's not great for us, but hey, what's the best draw? That is. That's very good, obviously. Obviously, we'd like to hit an untapped land still. Everyone bolts the birds. No one ever lets those poor guys stick around. Um, well, you kill my Bob as well. If you do, I'll play the Inoffense out. Could try to race us. Nisa? Okay. Getting a forest, I assume. Really the only thing it can get, right? It's a basic forest, yeah. A lot of folks are fans of this card. I've never really been that high on it. She's playing rock, essentially. Well, the bird play was strong. I think I would have rather had the Bob die to abrupt decay than the birds because I would have cast an Anafenza out, which would have clocked him a lot faster. And then had a Gideon on this turn right here. As it stands, we have no way to cast the Gideon next turn. Even if we were to draw like a Gaia's Cradle here. Okay, what do we draw? Hopefully nothing that kills us rapidly. Hopefully just land. Okay, Grimflare. Grimflare's fine. I do like the fact that we drew the Garruk Relentless after it. It's another one of our 4 drops. So we're at 15 life. We will attack here. If he wants to block that, is 100% A-okay. Scrubland is fine. And get in there, Bob. You can block this. Considering it. Yeah, I think you want to block it here. Got my free card off of it, though. And if I'm lucky, I will draw an untapped land. And, well, I'm not going to kill that thing. Hmm. I think I just pitch the Gideon here. Not the Gideon, the Knight Ally. Yep, that's fine. Okay, more land. If he has the big Nissa, that's a beating. I'm happy to get in the 5. Um, hmm. Okay, go. Definitely not out of the weeds. You have like a natural order. Okay, a sword. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. So this is 9 plus 4 lethal. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that was just plain lethal on its own. I guess neither of us counted really well. All right. So we want Death Mark. I'm pretty sure. Hmm. Tito is probably good. I think this is going to be good. What don't I like? Shriekmaw's fine, I think. Maybe cut the Worldly Tutor because it's just card disadvantage. I don't think I per se need selection at disadvantage here. Maybe the Fauna Shaman. No, I can't be right with Unearth. In maybe we cut the old Murray's Call. I know it is a tutor effect in Hunter and Singleton, but I feel like this is gonna be a grinder. I don't really want to be searching. I don't want to be investing. I want to be just beating him down. I think I want to be the beat down here. Thrun is also actually kind of interesting to me. Um, Reclamation Sage is interesting too, but it's not a good enough beater. Let's just go with this. The Mind Sensor may need to come out. I probably should have cut one more land and had a Restoration Angel in here. Yeah, I think if we run this deck back ever again, we want to cut one of the black-white lands and put in Restoration Angel. I know it sounds funny to cut down a white source, but the deck is, oh, this is a great hand. The deck is a preponderance keep. What are the chances that our bird dies? In this case, I mean, I guess our Avacyn's Pilgrim. Pretty high. We'll see, though. He could just make us discard it, too. This hand's good, though. This hand does a lot of stuff. If he discards that, I would actually be happy if he, like, Inquisitioned me here. No, he's not going to. Okay, it's a good one, too. Do I Inquisition him? I think the answer is yes. I think I do. Sensei's decks tend to do more powerful things than my own. Chameleon Colossus. I kind of want to set up a situation where I can so this turn I want him to blow up my Avacyn's Pilgrim. And he may. He's also going to know that I know it's in there. And I just didn't want to deal with the card advantage that is Kitchen Finks. I want a 1-for-1. I want him to 1-for-1 himself. He doesn't do it. Okay. So he's saving it. Which is going to screw with his mana, which is good. If we can hit a land, we're just going to go Siege Rhino because it plays around his removal. This is good. I'm going to save the removal. Going to get a card, force him to use his Abrupt Decay. What do we discard? Likely this thing. He gets rid of the least efficient card. Abrupt Decay is going to come out. He's down to 3, goes back up to 4. Oh, he blows that up. Interesting. That's an interesting line to me. I wonder why he blew that up. Because he thinks I'm out of mana, but I mean, I don't think that's going to get him ahead. What do I ditch here? Is the coder right? The Knight of the Reliquary, I'm sorry. Would you have a fast effect? No, I think we got to play it smart and ditch the Siege Rhino. I do want to keep the Edict effect. Okay. You're going to sack that thing. Cam Colossus. Liliana is a beast. This you probably already know. And here I think we're going to get the Cradle. And just leave up the Diabolic Edict. This feels pretty advantaged from this position. He's got a fetch. He's got to get a basic, so get a swamp with this. Well, I mean, he doesn't have to, but he probably wants to. Even his best is like Nissa, the 5-mana variety of her. Acidic Slime, okay. Can blow up the Cradle. And he's down to one card that I'm going to get. And frankly, at this point, I'm fine with him. I'm just going to cast this. And we're going to ditch his last card. And I'm just going to put a +1/+1 counter and make him sack an enchantment that doesn't exist. And is this game? Very close. We're going to wait until after combat, I think. I'm just going to attack with these two because I cannot kill this turn. I am 1 damage short. So I'm going to get Wasteland here and try to blow up one of his lands. And the reason is twofold. So we're going to make him discard. If it's Obstinate Baloth, okay, it's just Noble Hierarch. Just take him down a mana, just to deaden his draw. We have a, okay, Pelucranos, well, yep, good games, man. Good games. Always a pleasure, Sensei. I enjoy playing against you, man. Okay, so let's check out the rest of the games. And that kind of hallmarks the efficiency of that deck. That's why, so like his deck was more of a natural order deck. I just, whenever I build them, like, it always like troubles me because I don't think that frankly they're good enough. I think just being efficient is just better. All right, so we have White Weenie against Dread Knight. Game's probably over. Well, maybe not. Get protection from everything on that Mirror Crusader. Oh, and a Sublime Archangel. That could actually mean the game. Unless you can find a red spell to kill it. What are you going to do against it? Because that becomes mono huge. If he just attacks with this thing, that's 1, 2. If he plays a creature, actually, you could just fire up the Mutavault, cast something else. That's +6, 7. That's lethal. Lethal on the spot, unless he has burn. If he's thinking this hard, he doesn't have the burn, I don't think. So, I mean, if you have, like, you know, a lightning bolt or a burst lightning or a fork bolt or anything that kills this thing that's red and is not like his other half of his deck, or I guess it could be Path to Exile or Plows or Sword to Plowshares. You take the 4. You always gotta do is fire up Mutavault and cast a 1 or 2 drop, and he wins, right? Unless Dots is trying to set up basically a play where he could still have it, and he's just trying to set it up so that he does this. Okay, Elspeth, making the Mirror Crusader even bigger and flying. I guess he'll know. Actually, this is kind of nice for him because he'll know now if he has the burn. Does he have the burn? No. 4 + 4, he's dead. Well, maybe not. I mean, if he has like the Plow or the Swords to Plowshares or the Path to Exile, but if he has Swords to Plowshares, I think he would have used it by now. Okay, well, he had that. That's still 8 damage, nothing to scoff at. And what is your top card? A Noble Hierarch. Well, I assume you don't have a way to deal with the Mirror Crusader, because that was the most dangerous card due to protection. So now I think we're going to see White Weenie take this down. And Dot's deck is very specifically built to beat control. Or it's tuned more that way, I think. If he's still running the boils and the chokes and stuff like that, the board. And it runs a lot of mana dorks. You can't run stuff like Pyroclasm without significant risk. Um, Obviously, the lion is not what he really wanted here because he has to stop this Mirror Crusader, and he cannot kill this turn. I don't think. Well, I guess he could fire up the Shambling Vent and go to 7, but that's not good enough. Um, so he sends in with the Balog. I mean, if he blocks with everything, this is Intimidate. So if he blocks Vent and this thing takes. It doesn't necessarily have to, though. That's the problem. So if he's going to fire this up, he can't cast anything else. And this thing dies in combat. This gets blocked. Or he gets back to Silverblade Paladin, which is just a beating, too. And he has to turn them all sideways, which means he dies anyways, because... Actually, if he turns them all sideways with enough vigor to kill the Elsbeth, he's just dead anyways, right? Yes, he's kind of in a pickle. I think this game is over. Let's see what these gentlemen are up to. My assumption is 5-color nonsense on both sides. No, it appears to be 3-color nonsense. Well, maybe 4. This looks like a Scape Shift deck on Total Hate side. And then what's going on here? Okay, Planeswalkers versus Planeswalkers, but someone has a Kessig Wolf run, which is not bad. Oh, an Oblivion Ring for the Anissa. Well, he could destroy all of the lands on his opponent's side and leave his, or she can leave her opponent with nothing, which seems pretty good. 3 to 4 cards. Like his deck does absolutely nothing without lands. Like it can't. It's not an efficient deck. Oh, okay. She already used the Ajani. Well, she's definitely put him in a position where like it's do or die time. Like cast something relevant. If you don't, you're gonna lose the game. I guess if he has Stifle, he could stop the Ajani or like what's it, Interdict or whatever that card is. All right, a Batter Skull, a Bastro Skull. I think that's fine though. I think you just Ajani him, and you'll find a way to deal with that thing. That thing is slow, and without lands, it's not that good. Okay, yep, she blows up all the lands. Makes sense to me. Haven't seen a Johnny Ultimate in a long time. Okay, Glen Alondra got pucked up by Journey to Nowhere. Oh, spicy one here. Seeing a Mox Diamond come down. Do you have Counterspell backup for something? Okay, he's going all in at the Elsbeth. You just let it happen. Well, I guess you don't have to. You can block, like, you know. You might as well block to get the token. Block the 2-1. I think that's correct. Just to get another 1-1. And maybe more correct to get the Silverblade Paladin back. Dots will put the cat token in front of the Lotus. Actually, never mind. The cat token is moot because of Dread of Night. Never mind. That was a misannouncement. Dread stops that nonsense. Well, any removal is, yeah, 0/0. I'm surprised it shows up. It's funny. Yeah, why wouldn't you get the Silverblade Paladin to give the Brimaz double strike? Interesting. Well, we're going to see the cat come down? I would assume not. I would assume not. Yeah, I assume you have to leave up the Shambling Vent here. All right, forcing him to discard his hand. This card is very weird. Like, he has a lot of waves in here, and he has like proliferate effects. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. So this game is likely over. Active Kessig Wolf run. I think you probably just attack with some of your nonsense, unless you have like a good card. She's Naya right now. Pretty cool. Yep. Yep. Rob takes it down. All right. Yeah, he Oblivion Ring that and just kills. Yeah, White Weenie can get that deck. At least I've seen it happen a significant amount. Yeah, ML, I think it's conceding time here. Maybe you're trying to run a clock out. I don't know if this is a game one or game two, maybe. Maybe you got one already. Okie doke. All right, so he's getting a Vendilion clicked, which means he's not likely to have counter magic. Yeah, this game is well in hand. I think you just concede this one. Time of Need, Sylvan Scrying, a lot of interesting cards in here. I don't see a ton of ramps. So maybe if we attack the ramps, doesn't have a lot of like I say ramp, I don't mean the critter ramp. I mean like nature's lore, rampant growth, stuff like that. Which is frankly more frightening for us than the critter ramp is because we can deal with the critter ramp. We have answers to it. She's definitely a natural order deck. I am pretty much 100% assured of that. This should just be game. I mean, you just attack and kill him. If he kills one of your things, well, he can't kill the angel, so you cast a wolf from the angel. He could have an answer to the Tarka. That's a dangerous card to allow to exist. All right, Mana Leak. This is a basically 4-color deck. I don't really know what Total Hate's deck all has going on. Gonna exile another card. How many cards do you have exiled? Did it show them? All right, it's those cards. Who's the middle one? Scape Shift. Okay. Of note, though, he's hurting on lands. So this game end yet? He had a way to deal with. Okay, he had a way to deal with this. We have exile. Okay, so he gained a whole ton of life. Well, I still don't like the looks of it, ML. I think it's pretty fishy. I guess you could drop another land and wrath the board, and then you're back in this. If you have a wrath, that's good. Obviously, yeah, wrath. It's kind of wrath or bust right now, I think. Okay, nope, it's good games, is what it is right now. Okay, so Michelle won that match. You gonna kill the Vendilion click. I guess it'll eventually kill you. I guess you got to answer it eventually. Now he's getting all his cards back next turn, which is probably not a good news story for you because one of them is a Planeswalker threat. Scape Shift is also kind of meh. It's not great yet, but once it gets good, it's very good. It's game over good. So his opponent's going back up to 6 cards, drawing a 7th on their next draw step. He's on 3 cards. I mean, if he has counter magic, he may be fine. He's not doing anything though. It's problem with cards like Parallax Nexus. It's kind of like delay, the counterspell delay, in the fact that if you don't if you don't utilize the temporary card advantage, um, while you have it with that card, then it really doesn't do anything. It just slows your opponent down a little bit, maybe. This is feeling like a Planeswalker or a Batterskull. Possibly Batterskull. No, an Elspeth Sun's Champion. Well, I think we're going to see a hardcast Force of Will, or the worst beating is Mystic Confluence. Mystic Confluence just like, okay, good game. Especially when he's on 6 cards, going down to 5 with whatever he casts, and likely going up 2 plus countering this thing. I think it is a Mystic Confluence. That's a good one. Or it could be a hardcast Force of Will. You wouldn't fetch there otherwise, though, I don't think. Yeah, hardcast Force. Okay, well, okay, it doesn't have anything to stop that. That's a tough one to lose. If you drew a land, we're probably seeing a Sorin Grim Nemesis. So nothing this turn, but that's going to work as a clock and also push out the Sorin next turn. Nope, nothing. I mean, if he has a counter spell, then he's probably good. Okay, so this thing comes into play, but it's not really going to do much against Sorin. I guess you make a 3/3. Yeah, not looking good. Sorin will likely dome the Garruk. Well, rather he'll draw with it. Maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe he has Utter End or something like that. Doesn't feel like Utter End though. Could have like some sort of random bounce spells like a Simic Charm. Oh, okay. A Sultai Charm. Getting back that, I wonder why he didn't do that before and then just counter the Garruk. That seems like it would have been better. I guess Garruk is not that much of a threat, but he's going to be tapped out this next turn unless he draws a land. I guess he can just attack it to death and save this, though. I just feel like there's more busted lines there that if he allows the Garruk to resolve and an untap to happen, he'd be looking at a much worse situation. So attack here. It really depends. What's on the prudence of his play here, like or what he knows he has in hand, and we know most of what he has in hand. Does he go for the Sorin here, which I think probably makes sense, or does he leave up the Glenalandra to stop himself from being mised out? The card that would have gotten him Elspeth Sun's Champion. I mean, if that had ever landed, like the game was over. But and Glenalandra is going to do a number against his deck. I think if T-Hate, I think he just passed it. That's why he showed the priority to fetch his land. If T-Hate just sits back on this Glenalandra and waits for like another mana, I don't think he can lose. Plus, it makes countering any spells kind of, it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, it's a strong deck. I think it has worse matchups than its style. I think her deck's probably favored against ours, actually. But I think it's actually a lot worse against counter Magic style decks. Oh, really? Well, I mean, if he hits a land, he just gets Sorin Grim Nemesis, right? The Glenalandra cannot counter this, so he just loses a counter off of the Glenalandra. I guess what are you going to do? This is the best line he probably has. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that card. It's a lot of mana, 5 mana, and like the hopes to get like a couple deserts out of your deck. I mean, if you're running like a bunch of deserts, good on you, but I don't think they're that good. I think you're better off with basics or with dual lands, but it's a cool card. It is essentially like a Primeval Titan like effect, but you're not getting a 6/6 body that does it every single turn. What does he get here? Probably Force of Will. I mean, yeah, probably just Force of Will. So I didn't see what he got back. That's my bad. Let's see here. Big attack, watching. Okay, a land. Makes sense. Excuse me. Well, that's not good. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it needs some work. Needs some work. I mean, is it a point now where like one more land is just the game with what's it called? Escape Shift, Wrath of God. I mean, one more land is game. Honestly, like if he wraths here, it gets countered by Glenalandra because he's already spent his. Well, I guess he could Snapcaster into Supreme Verdict, but then any land still kills him unless his last card is like what exactly? Oh, he doesn't do anything. Okay. Okay. Unless it was like exactly like Spell Pierce, maybe. No, that wouldn't do it either. Spell Pierce would do it against the Sorin, but we know he has Escape Shift in hand, and like one more land is just lethal. Okay. Get it for 5 down to 3. Lightning Bolt just kills him here if he has that. So he's running the Nature's Lore. Yeah, that's just how I see this matchup playing out. Like his deck obviously is a lot more modal. My deck is a lot more disruptive, but my deck also beats down. So I need to kill. If I'm playing Total Hate, like my thought is to kill him very fast and disrupt him and beat him down. Just kill him quickly. That's kind of what the Abzan deck I'm running is designed to do. It's just it doesn't have great late game. If you're casting bribery on it, you're probably disappointed. What are you getting? You're getting Shriek Maw, Siege Rhino, or Thragtusk, realistically. Yeah, might. I mean, that's a 5 mana spell, though, Michelle. 5 mana spells, I have even Mind Sensors in my deck, too. Plus they get discarded very easily, and I have a lot of discard on my board. I don't really per se worry about the combo. Although I would consider it an achievement unlocked if I'm able to cast an even Mind Sensor, not have it Force of Willed, and blow him out on a critical Bring the Light into Scape Shift turn. That'd be pretty epic. It'd be a huge beat. Well, Shug, I think you can see this one, brother. I'm uh I'm gonna go ahead and put it on pause, guys. This game's over. I think we know how it's going. I'm gonna get some coffee and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Well, evidently this is still going. I guess a timely parallax wave extended the game. Really just so Torrential Giro could recast a Sultai Charm and blow up that card. Acquired back a Force of Will. So it's still looking pretty over, guys. I don't know what Shug's asking either, Total Hate. I'm not sure. Why would the game end? He has a minute left, or you have a minute left, and all he needs to do is attack you, but that's game. The only thing I can think of that would save your life would be Comeuppance, but that's not going to resolve due to the Glenalandra, and you'll take lethal off the Torrent Gearhulk, let alone the other two threats. On one card, yep, there's nothing. I mean, I guess if he had a Torrent Gearhulk of his own, he could do what? Is this an instant? I think it's a sorcery. He can do nothing here. Yeah, it's game, man. You should probably just concede it. There is not one card in the game of Magic. Well, there is. It would involve casting an Ancestral Recall, having him miss that he could counter the Ancestral Recall with the Glenalandra into a whole bunch of other nonsense. Like into a Gush, into like I don't know, like 5 removal spells. I don't even know. All right, T8 wins. Cool. All right, guys. Quick pause. All right, guys, we're back, and we are playing against Michelle Wong. Here. I think we actually keep this. It is a little risky. Um, but we have the Worldly Tutor. We're hoping to hit a land on our turn 1, so she has the play. All right, value land. Not a land. And hopefully this does not get removed. So we're going to go for Bayou here. I think. Oh, we can't go for Bayou. What do we hope just to hit a land? If we do, it's pretty good. If we don't, it's abysmal. She could just burn this thing off, and that's very bad. If she burns it off. Okay, Satyr Wayfinder is fine. That card's kind of clunker. You can put a land, is it land card, and the rest in the graveyard, so she puts Wasteland in her hand. Okie doke. You can wasteland me all day long. I actually like this. I am going to cast the Worldly Tutor, I think, for the Deathrite Shaman. Or do I? Hmm. She a Dark Confidant. If she blows up my birds, it's very bad for us. If she has like a bolt. Hmm. This is definitely going to be an interesting game. It was a shadier keep. We can remove one thing. If we can ever get this sword down, we're in pretty good shape. Goyf is going to be probably okay. We're kind of losing some of our early game beats here. Hmm. Well, we definitely want land. The wasteland was not great for us. Well, I'm missing land 2 turns in a row was also kind of rough. We did it one. Well, the third turn we did it to ourselves with Worldly Tutor. Um, is she going to take the turn off to crack the Verge, or is she going to blow up my? Can she blow up my Dark Confidant? I don't know. We're going to see. Okay, that needs to die, and it will. Um, keep on cracking in there. Just got to hit lands here. If we get an untap one, I think next turn we go for the Goyf and the Bitter Blossom. The Baloth is going to be fine because I mean it's slow, but we're going to be behind this game just due to how this game started off. The risky keep we kept. I don't know if we're going to win this. I don't feel advantage right now. We're on card parity, and she is significantly up on mana, which is where her deck wants to be. And we haven't done a significant amount of damage to her. We're going to take at least 3 this turn, I would assume. Although at some point she's going to need to start hanging back. Maybe be this turn with the Sylvan or the Satyr Wayfinder. And at some point, I'll need to trade off my Bob too. Like once I get to enough lands, I'll trade it off Bob with something. Even if it's Satyr Wayfinder, I'm fine with that. All right, we're gonna find a critter, get a Goyf. Goyf is gonna be significantly low. I mean, it's 3/4 right now, which is good. Well, it's too bad I didn't put Animate Dead in my sideboard. I think it would have been good here. Like getting a Sigarda would just be like game over probably, or Coder for that reason. Um, hmm. Could also just go for Sword. Sword's not good enough. Sword's only good when they don't see it coming. Like if I can put Sword on the bird and just like snap her off, like snap off her Fauna Shaman and bang into her for a bunch of damage, then it's good. She's considering very strongly here what her play is going to be. Her decision has to be, that's interesting. Well, I'll talk to him at some point, man. He'll be around. And if you get offended by me calling you French, well, you gotta look in the mirror, bro. It's all right. Sometimes you have rough games. All right, there's a sword. So you have a sword as well. So I would like to be able to deal with that. And I can block it fairly well right now. We'll force the equip here. You can sacrifice your 1/1. I'll throw my Bob in front of it. The worst is if she has like swords to plowshares here. That would be a beating. Path to exile would be a little better. Oh, do you have it? No, you're going to search. Okay. Cartographer. What does this card do? Okay. It's an interesting card. Hmm. Could get a Flame Tongue Kabu. That would allow her to get in and kill the Liliana. Primeval Titan. Okay, well, at least you're not natural ordering into that. She could just choose not to attack to use the Croson Verge and hopefully get to mana on the following turn for the prime time. It's a thing. Well, I guess now she can do all of it. So I would really like to hit a Plains card. Plains or a forest card. Okie doke. I'm going to discard the Bitter Blossom. I don't think it's going to be good here. And it'll make the Goyf big enough that it can block the sorted up Fauna Shaman. It's a Mana Tithe? It's fine. I guess I don't have what's it called? The silly sensor. 5/6 life. Go. Yep. Tribal enchantment. Very. Hmm. So we can stop the Dark Depths combo if that's what she decides to go for here. Well, I guess it'd be she will get a Wasteland though. Hmm. We could put her in a very bad spot this next turn where she's forced to make bad blocks. Because Liliana can Edict here. Alright, she just goes for the Gusto. Just goes for it like a champ. Okay. That was actually the worst draw possible in the deck. That gives credence to have done this beforehand. Well, don't have Wasteland in your hand. Yep. Elsbeth. Wow. That's pretty good. Well, I guess we lose this one. I feel like we played it as well as we could, though. She was dead next turn. We'll go ahead and concede there. I think if our mana worked out, we just smoked her. That's unfortunate. That's a pretty savage draw there. But we'll get her next round. Okay. So we know she's playing. Definitely want Deathmark in the deck. I think Castigate's likely good too. Shriekmaw is great. Don't think I need this card. Hmm. Don't think I need this sword. I think this is going to be better than it. What else do I want to cut? Yeah, maybe Castigate's not necessary. It's not a. I mean, it has some combos in it, but we've got the early discard. Maybe I do want the duress though. Over what? Over Worldly Tutor. Yeah, Worldly Tutor's just poor advantage. That really probably should have come out of the deck, to be frank. Well, we're getting the next two rounds here, the next two parts of this round. Do we want Toxic Deluge? I don't think so. I don't think we do. We're going to keep this. Obviously, we're not casting our elves turn one. Nope. But we have a Dark Confidant on turn two. Hopefully, she does nothing. Well, turn two will either be dropping the Knight of the Reliquary. Or we'll be dropping the Findhorn Elves. Okay, Satyr Wayfinder is not a card that worries me. What did we find? What did we keep? We ditched Birthing Pod and Thrun. Thrun's an interesting one to have in deck. So we already have the Wasteland. Get a Manland, maybe? We'll see. I am kind of glad the Birthing Pod is gone. That's an annoying card to deal with. She could just have Natural Order and just win. Well, I guess she doesn't just win. So we can play Wasteland and we have Path to Exile. Yeah, actually, if she went for Natural Order here, I wouldn't be that bad off. I don't think. Just an Elspeth. Hmm. It's fine. Okay. Searching for a land, basic land. Interesting to expend that now. If we're lucky, she'll attack with some stuff here. Which basic will you get? A forest. Okay. Hmm. Okay, go ahead. Okay, you're going to kill one of my things. So now we're never sort of attack, though. Alright, the elves are dead. I will trade this card all day long. Well, I will put it in front of this. So it's going to only get bigger, and I'd rather it not get exiled. What do you have? Okay, worship, I can deal with that. That would Mary's call for a Primeval Titan, I would presume. Oh, for a Tarka. Okay. Well, can't cast that right now. Well, I guess you can cast it. Well, maybe she'll make a mistake. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose here, guys. Because she's going to attach the sword. Probably should have just gone for Caracas, but like, I don't really see Caracas getting us out of this. And we've kind of drawn one too many lands. Well, not one too many, way too many. Okay. Well, that's a good game right there. Worship is a really interesting one because I have a lot of ways to deal with it. I don't know why she'd bring that in. I don't think it's good here. I think it's actually pretty bad. If we had gone to game 3, I think she lost this too. That's all right. You get plus something, plus something. And I think we're just dead. Yep. Good game. Let's see what our next draw was. No, not going to help us. That would have helped significantly. But sometimes you just don't draw them, and you just, this happens. I think we are favored in that matchup, though. I think she got lucky. But hey, what are you going to do? Sometimes it happens. Her deck is just not very efficient, and I think ours very much so is. We'll see how she does later on in the matches. We'll see what we got here. Dots versus Shug, and I think I lost this 102. Although, if we had gone to game 3, Michelle, I think you were in some big trouble because your clock was low. Arguably shady keep game 1. I would have kept it again, though. I think it was the right call. If I hit a land in the first 2 turns on that first keep, like it just goes off and probably wins. As it was, it basically almost won the game. It was really, I don't think there were many outs for her outside of like another sword or like the Elspeth in that game 1. And then game 2, we got it flooded pretty heavily. We did kind of toss the bob out. Maybe we could have looked to do something better with the bob. Let's see how these two gentlemen are getting on. Humility. Well, looks pretty over here. This looks like, yep, Tide Hollow Sculler. I was going to say Tide Hollow or could have also been Bitter Blossom of his own. He gets an Abrupt Decay out. That's pretty strong. Just going to interrupt his early interaction. Planeswalker threat. If he knows he doesn't have counter magic, he'll do it. Or if he didn't see any in his hand, I'm guessing he'll go for it. I think that would be the wise play. Gideon or Elspeth, maybe. Could just be a Siege Rhino. Or it could be like another discard spell based upon what he saw with Tide Hollow Sculler plus a 3-drop. Or he could be out of mana. Doesn't hit. Okay, he's out of lands. No, he's not. Alright, so 3-drop into what? A Bob. Okay, well, that's pretty strong. This game may just be over this turn, actually. Yeah, land. That's probably game over. It's very close. That's 6, 8. 8 damage plus 3. Yeesh. I mean, if you wanted to dome him, should probably do. Probably just dome him here. Maybe what? Kill the Tide Hollow Sculler and then get back the Abrupt Decay? Yeah, not a 2-mana spell, though. Utter End for that, which means you're still getting banged for a lot of damage, and he can tap down your green mana, so you can't cast that spell you just got back. Yuck. Well, drop the land, make red mana, and I guess you don't even have to. Could just save it if you want. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it feels pretty over, guys. Well, there's the green mana at least, so you can blow up what? Probably the Courser, maybe the Bob. The Bob's getting nothing special next turn, so maybe you blow the Bob up on 2 cards. He blows the Courser up. Okay, well he's still drawing through this, so that's 4 damage. I mean, if he can figure out a way to do 1 damage next turn, like 1 additional damage on top of the Ajani, all right, well, Path to Exile, which is actually awesome for him because that means he's going to get his forest, and he doesn't have to draw that crappy hexproof plant. Overgrown Tomb, not great. He also has the Horizon Canopy to draw, which I wouldn't be shocked if we see him do at the beginning of his turn here if he hasn't drawn into something good. It appears he drew something decent. Yeah, okay. I figured he'd do that first, just to inform his decision making. That makes the most sense to me. All right, a Garuk, making a 2/2. He probably tap down the, I don't even know, blue green probably still. Keep him off blue mana. Well, you can't like get a Jace the Mind Sculptor or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what he goes with blue green. Keep off a big creature or Jace the Mind Sculptor, like Bribery maybe, but Bribery's not that great against this deck. It would get at this point, what? The Shriekmaw? Not good. Well, none of 4 life is risky business here. That's got to mean you have a way to kill all of these creatures, all of the creatures with power, because the Ajani is going to dome you for 3, so 1 damage is enough. A burn spell is enough here. Is this Siege Rhino into win? No, just an Elsbeth. You pump the birds here, which is what we're going to see him do. No, he pumps the token, I guess. Doesn't want to lose value if he's got it. Force him to have removal. Do you have a Swords to Plowshares? If you do, you should have used it beforehand. We already know the paths out of his deck. Okay, Dots won that match. Kind of assumed so. Let's see what's going on here. Should be in a game 3 here. Okie doke. Well, this is not looking good for ML. Looks like he's about to get beat to death. Even if he kills all these things, Rob Zadar has gotten him down to a very sufficiently low life total. Like he almost wants to just play his hand down so it gets wrath. Like because he doesn't want cards in his hand at this point. He just wants to have Curse Scroll active. At least I think. I mean, regardless, this White Shield Crusader is lethal next turn. Actually, this thing can attack 2 into the Shambling Vent, and this thing makes it so he can tap stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Ideal turns like land, yeah, into, well, Geddon would be like game over. He can attack with all of them. If he wants to activate his Shambling Vent, he's just dead. The only thing he can reasonably block is the Thalia anyways. Okay, yep. Looks like we're going to round 3, guys. And I'm going to go on a quick pause. All right, guys, we're live again. We're playing against probably Mono Green Devotion, would be my guess. And have fun, buddy. And hopefully we can draw pretty well this game. Well, so far I like it. Yeah. Hand's fine. Well, that card is not good against us. It is annoying, though. Some pre-boarded hot tech, I guess, against mono blue decks. Well, I'm glad to see that because I don't have any blue cards in my deck. Hopefully we don't get Rofello's turn 2. No, Devoted Druid's fine, though. Would still be nice to draw like a fetch land into black mana. Could just go natural order into the win. All right, that's fine. All right, Maze of Vith is probably going to die. I don't know. Look at the scrubby land. Who has Carpet Main? This is like expecting a lot of blue decks or something. That's a good card. Okay, Acidic Slime blowing up one of my lands. Cool by me. Okay, Tusk. Cool. Okie doke, more lands. Hmm. Alrighty, what are we going for here? Something big. Is it a Primeval Titan? It is. Okay. All right. Well, I think what's our opponent? Now, I don't even think here they could use. Crater Hoof wouldn't be enough because of Thalia. And Dark Depths comes into play tapped, or Merit Lage rather comes into play tapped. So I don't see how they get out of this. Problem with the green deck is very powerful. It's not very tricky. I don't think. There are things certainly. Okay, Eternal Witness getting back what Mazavith coming into play tapped though. There's nothing you can get really back. I mean, you get back Cultivate and get more lands. You get a Tusk and gain some life, but I still don't think that's enough. Okay, so you up to 7, but that's still lethal. If you attack with anything, it's lethal. Hmm. So let's see here. Block our two biggest things, which is this and this, and take lethal. It's fine. Alrighty. Well, that should be 0 life, -2. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Wonder if Golgari Charm is good enough here. I do want Deathmark. Duress is actually interesting to me. I think I may want it. I kind of like Collective Brutality as well to like stop like the natural orders and stuff like that. And the ramp, I guess, to a lesser extent. I'm not really sure on that one. Reclamation Sage is probably good. I probably don't need this sword. Dress is interesting to me. I'm not sure on it though. Worldly Tutor out. I think we're gonna go like this. Yeah, the green deck is cool, but well, we'll see. Maybe we'll still get snapped off by it. I don't know. I feel like this is at least a 2-1 deck, but we'll see. I feel like it had some significant troubles last game, but one of them was a shady keep, and then we kind of flooded in one game, albeit with a Bob in play, which typically you do want to hit lands off of Bob, but Oh, what's going on, man? I think it was TNN and what is that card called? I'm gonna keep this. Well, the hope is he does nothing on his turn 1. Could just wasteland this, which actually I'd be okay with. Okay. Hopefully it's not an acidic slime. That would be rough. Nothing. Well, that being the case, snap in there for 1. Okay, Beast Within is fine, actually. Like, that's fine. Like, it's a card out of his hand. It's reactionary, and it's going to grow my Goyf significantly large. And it still beats, too. Okay. This thing. But what do you have to play? All right, Vernal Bloom. Well, I think my land is more relevant now. I'm not going to blow that up. Banging there for 8. Okay. Well, if it's a Primeval Titan, that's very good. All right, Woodland Bellower. Into what I presume is this would be Primeval Titan, I would assume. Could Could also be consideration is this on our turn. He's going to go for the Primeval Titan so he can set up the Dark Depths. I think we just need to hit him as hard as we can this next turn. That could be wrong, though. Okay, it's a bunch of junk, bunch of elves. I'm actually fine with this. So he did get Primeval Titan, right? Yeah, okay. All right, you're go at it, man. Not sure if I quite know what that means. Okay. Maybe he's invested too much time in Moto, I don't know. All right, so we're getting that. Cool. Okie doke. Into what? Dragon Lord Atarka? Oh, Hornet Queen. Okay. Hmm. Alright, I'm going to take the damage. They're hellbent. Oh man, you're good people, man. Can nix this out. Well, do you attack into the Anissa to kill her? I presume you do. Okay. Well, life's hard, man. I mean, I think Suge had a rough night. Seems a little emotional right now. Okie doke. Yep, play it out. I'm going to draw a lot of cards. That was a good draw. Well, that's ridiculous. I guess we're going to go from winning this to extremely losing it. Well, that sucks. But that's why you play the green deck. Sometimes you just get extremely lucky. And I assume we're blowing up everything with the exception of the Hornet Queen. Well, we're probably losing this now. I'd be lying if I said I don't think that's nonsense, but sometimes you get there. Hey, you just blow everything up that's underneath. Interesting. Why is he giving me an out? I mean, has he really? Not really. Oop, cancel. You know, he is lower on clock than I am, though, so yeah, I wish he could have drawn something like that. More like that thing. Okay. I'm going to let him do the high vis play here if he wants to. I'm not going to attack with the Tusk, force him to exile all of his junk. Let's see what he gets off this. I mean, he'll probably win off of activating an Ugin. All right. Yep. We can have 6 here, I think. Well, let's not. We can possibly. Okay. Uh, well, rampaging Baylos plus a bunch of nonsense, bunch of lands. It's really too. And this game has gone in a direction that I did not really expect. Him sacking a Ugin off the top was rough to say the least. Very rough. Hmm. Yeah, if he blind sacked a couple of lands, I think we're probably winning this game. Well, do we have a way to kill the Ugin? We don't have direct damage in this deck. He can make anything he has have protection from all of our stuff. So I'm going to let him run his clock if he wants to play this way. I think he probably, yeah, I don't know why he cast that. Or he put it into play. You just put it in your hand in case I destroy something. Yep. I'm going to F6 here. I don't know what that means. Oh, I mean, you can. I guess we're going to keep on casting things. All you really need to do is equip up that sword and start swinging for the hills. You have infinite mana. Okay. No one cares about North Korea. Well, some people do, but they're just nonsense. Yep, get in there. All right. You gonna force us to discard? Pass it back. All right, Dust Bowl. Dust Bowl is good against us. Matter of fact, because our opponent is playing this way, I'm going to force him to use it right now just to eat up more of their clock. No, he doesn't allow us to. Yep. I mean, you have infinite mana. Yep. Yep. Okie doke. Hmm. And we're dead. Our opponent is under 6 minutes. This is the way they opted to play this, I think. And what do we want to do here? Golgari Charm may be good. They have shown some enchantments. I think Duress is probably fine too. Hmm. Duress is probably better than the option of Bailoff. Random 4/4s for 4 mana. Not so hot. I mean, it's fine against like the aggressive matchups. I'm gonna take it out here though. Yep. Hand's great. So just give me a minute, buddy. Let me finish this game up right fast, one way or the other. That was a good draw, because if he sacks us and has the combo, we can just get him. That's fine. Okie doke. All right, a sword. I'm going to save. Or am I? I'm not attacking. Okay. I think that's game. Yep. Okay. Got him. Well, I don't really care for how he played game two. I mean, he got very lucky. I'm not complaining about that. I mean, I was a little bit. I won't lie, because it was kind of ridiculous. But I don't care for how he played it. I think he could have played it faster and won much sooner if he just used the Ugin to clear the entire board and put me on 2 lands. Um, but that's a thing, I suppose. He decided to go for sweet and ended up losing the match because of it, I think. All right, so we'll probably take fourth or fifth this time around. Oh wow, we took quite a steep fall. Hopefully Michelle ends up winning her match. We'll see here. Let's see how she and Dots are getting along. Oh, she lost another game, it looks like. And I think she appears to be losing this one quite handily. All right. Well, guys, apologies. I'm gonna BS a little bit with Shug because it sounds like he's having a good rough time. Yeah, she took a couple too many hits off of this deck. Yeah, man, I know, brother. All right. So we're gonna trample over and do nothing. I guess you could trample over and then path swords to plowshare as your own dude. That is a line. That is a line. It's actually a good line. So you definitely pump the Thrag Tusk. Trample over. Yeah, if she pumps the Thrag Tusk, she may actually have the swords to plowshares, which should garner her a very healthy dose of life, up to 9. And put her in good stead to win on the following turn, utilizing Thrun. I think she would have utilized Thrun. All right, 1 card left. Is it Swords to Plowshares? Is it? If it is, that's an amazing draw. There you go. Well, Michelle is drawing them like a champion tonight. This is exactly what she needed, and I think if she hadn't had it, she probably would have just maybe she would have conceded. She doesn't always concede. Um, he'll gain a significant portion of life, but he can't. Can he kill next turn? No, she has a block. Does he have kill for the beast token? Is kind of the question. Okay, yeah, he had kill. Okay. All right, so Dots is probably taking third, and then who won? It may have been Rob. If Rob was playing Total Hate, Rob won that. Um, yeah, sorry for. Let's play ML. Well, all right, guys. I think this is the end of the tournament. I mean, I've seen some worse parts across seas. Yeah, give my profession. Then again, they probably didn't think much of me either, Shug. I'm not really sure what our deal is. What's our deal? All right, so we end up taking a fifth. And who do we want to give our tickets to? Hmm. Well, all right, guys. Sorry for the random banter. I think someone may be going through a rough patch in their life, and I probably should have stopped the camera. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it now. Anyways, before we cut off, the deck we played today was 100 card singleton deck. This is well, it's called Hermit, but really what it is Abzan midrange, most efficient disruption, most efficient creatures. Has some decent value too. Took it to a 2-1 finish. I think it was fifth place because our pairing that beat us did not fare well in the latter stages of the game. I think she got decently lucky. We flooded once and then we just missed. We kept this shady keep and then missed on it. So retrospect, but then again, I think that was already a mold of 6 and mold of 5 on this deck is just it's not good. Like mold of 5 on the play. I mean, if you don't already know, it's bad in any format. Especially being on the play with a more aggressive mid-range deck. There are certainly cards that can get you back into it in this, but generally speaking, they're not going to, especially in the mid-range mirror. Especially when I think her deck is designed to benefit more in the late game, whereas ours is designed to really fight turns 1 through 4, maybe 1 through 5. After that, it's pretty much done. It's done its thing already, and it's looking to gain incremental advantage past there. So we played some good games, I think, though. Managed to win the 2 other ones that we played, and I think we have a pretty sweet deck. So hope you guys enjoyed this. And if this is a format that interests you, this is 100 card singleton. It's played every Saturday, I believe at 1600 Eastern Standard Time or 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register for it on gatherling.com. Say again, gatherling.com. It's a player run event. It's free. And if you win, you get 5 ticks. I think if you go 2-1, you get like a tick or 2, something like that. It's just really a fun format. It's kind of like Commander without the Commander, less life, and all the cards you play have to be pretty good. There's not a lot of synergy cards, so you don't have a habitual 8th card that you can always cast, or always have available, rather. Not can't always cast, but is available. So cool format. Hope you guys enjoyed the series, and take care now.